So next up, we're going to do our market update. We do this market update every seminar, and there's a couple of numbers that I want to focus in on. We're seeing the same trends that we've been seeing pretty much since the turn of the new year. The numbers that I want to look at here, I've got them highlighted with the little blue arrows there. You can see the total sales changed last month, year over year for the month of June. The sales were down 16%, and now this month so far, we're probably 3/4 of the way through July, it's 12% down. So what we're seeing, we saw this last month as well, is we're starting to see the sales, while they're still down compared to 2024, that decrease is starting to shrink. So whether that's we're coming up to when the sales started to slow down in 2024, or whether the sales are starting to catch up, that remains to be seen. But we're seeing those numbers start to come around. And the next thing we're looking at is the average price. I've got that highlighted as well. You can see last month it was 3.67% up over 2024. So far this month we're only 1.5%. So we're starting to see the prices really level out month over month. But as we've mentioned before, once 2025 comes to an end, we'll probably end up around 5% increase, which is well above our 75-year average of 3.5%. And it's a very, very good return considering you're leveraged when you're in real estate.
Yeah, we're quite lucky. We couldn't believe it. We have to share a photo with you, Tim. We should have had this in the slide. We were shopping in the hood last week. We took a client out. How many? 7 properties in one day.
Yeah.
We haven't seen 7 properties in one day for at least 6 years. I couldn't even remember that. I know I was tired. I came back. This is true. I'm like Tim. That was tiring. So if you guys have been followers, you know we only show 1 or 2 properties. You know, Carly would be more due diligence with her properties because she's sometimes looking at flips and stuff like that. But when it comes to investment properties, Tim and I like to just pick them and go, right? But this young guy, we picked a couple that we knew we loved, and his mum said, well, maybe you should go see all these others. So we're like, no problem. And his mum's awesome. They've been following, the mum and dad own a bunch of rental properties, so there's no way we're going to say no. And we went out to the hood. We couldn't believe it. There was police cars when we turned up. They were locking up some guy in the back seat, and I was like, holy smokes, so we got in there. And we took a photo of our client, and I was like, this is awesome. Anyway, so we did the full circle all the way back around and ended up buying Noah a student rental in Dalhousie. And congratulations to Noah. And so I'm just telling you that story because before we couldn't even go see 7 properties. We would have to wait for properties to come on the market and then rush out and go see it. And then there'd be 5 other offers, and then we wouldn't get it because we'd cut off the number we wanted to buy it at. So the market has completely did a 360 from a year ago.
And Carly, what's your opinion on the market? You come at it from a slightly different point of view. You deal with more high-end stuff than Azad and I do on a day-to-day basis, but you must be seeing changes compared to last year and the year before.
Yeah, there's definitely some changes. I mean, in all sectors of the market. I would say I love this for buyers. I feel the same as you were saying, that there's actually some more choice out there. And people actually have some time to go back to the property, to take their parents to the property, to think about it a little bit before they have to decide. In terms of the higher end, I do feel, things are still moving, but the days on the market are a little bit more than what they have been.
Yeah, and that's reflected in this chart right here. So we can see that our numbers are starting to flatten out. The market's coming more into balance, and we'll just keep updating you guys as the months go on, see if this trend continues. And like Carly said, it's very good for buyers. It's very good for investors because they can get out there, buy a property without having to bid with 17 other people and pay over market price.
Maybe even get it under.
Yes.